Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to some more Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. I was considering jumping right into the swampy cave, but then I decided Rigel's got a couple of level ups. I should give him some training for enhanced effectiveness and or survivability. So I've got 10 skill points. I'm going to dump most of them into more intelligence, so that he goes from bare minimum to hopefully somewhat more competent with his spells. Now I can buy him a point of mage lore, which is always useful, 2 points of health, which seems like a good investment at this low level, or 1 more point in spell points. Health is really tempting, but since he does gain a little health with every level up, and with 4 strength it is a decent enough amount, I'm gonna go for extra spell point. And then I'm going to feel silly because I should see if anyone else has enough spell points to do anything with. Or skill points, rather. Zan has a few. I could buy her more intelligence. Chiana might be getting somewhere interesting pretty soon. And Aaron and Dargo are high enough level as it is. Save here. Now then, ogres or swampy folk? The swampy folk have acid touch, which I'm not entirely sure I want to deal with right now. Ogres it is. Oh boy, even more swamp. Aha, there is something here. In the far corner of this grim fen, you find a large depression. You could climb down into it, although it would be tricky. After all, everything is covered with a thin layer of smelly, viscous goo. That sounds promising. You make your gooey way down into the hollow. At first, the huge piles of bilious muck and goo make you think you've just found a large, abandoned trash pit. Then the piles of goo start to move. Oh crap, it's giant slugs. Okay, going to curse them first. And also slow. And then Rigel can stay in the back and do a scry monster. Giant slugs. Medium level, kinda big pile of health, but the part I really don't like is their acid spit. Well, at least they're not immune to anything. Now that I have some 5th level spells. Bless Party! Major Haste! And Rigel, just stay back and don't make a target of yourself. Now that the slugs are slightly more dead, how good is my fireball now? 8 damage. Bleh. Please kill one of them. Yay, I killed one! Ooh, cool. Crichton killed one with his, Crichton's got something better than a knife, I think. Yeah, steel rapier and bronze ring of accuracy. Not bad. Woohoo! The slugs dead, you wade through the acidic goo surrounding their lair, looking for loot. Most of their victims' possessions have either dissolved or sunk into the swampy mire. you do find one interesting thing. It's a halberd, which someone has placed up in the branches of a gnarled tree. Okay then. It's still in decent condition. Very nice. That might end up replacing the iron bardiche if it's any good. Also, speaking of stuff I found, in one of the last updates, I found some robes from a bandit mage. They turned out to be magic robes, which are a significant update from regular robes. They've got defensive 5 plus bonus 1. So Rigel is now actually somewhat well armored for being a squishy mage. In fact, the magic robes are even better than Vanatai robes by a pretty good margin. Good deal. And pretty boring chunk of coastline here. I think there may be ogres in them there hills. Also another river. Just how big is this island anyway? You stumble upon a scene of violence and horror. A band of ogres has trapped a patrol of soldiers and is rapidly closing in on them. Many of the soldiers have fallen already, and things don't look good for the remainder. When the soldiers see you, not knowing whether you're working for the Empire or the rebels, they shout for help. Their situation is pretty desperate. Do you help? Of course we do. Even with the soldiers' help, this is going to be an ugly fight. You draw your blades and charge to help. 27 ogres and a mage. That's a lot of ogre. Seriously, lots of ogres. Ogre mage undamaged. Harumph. Well, let's start doing a little crowd control with a wall of force. Empire archers are really good to have around. Maybe I should try capture souling him. Also, I'm pretty sure that Bless Party only affects my Core 6 party members. It does not affect allies or summons. Like my Searing Hydra here. Ooh, 20 points to cast a Searing Hydra. I miss my Ruby Skeleton and my Ghoul. Or Ghast. I should get Flame Strike soon. I really should, because Zen doesn't have a lot of good area of effect attack spells outside of that. So many targets. Thank you, Hydra and Archer. And now Chiana makes a run for the mage, and hopefully gets him focused on melee instead of spells. Ogre mage on down. Really? Extra cursing you. Ah, no, only not enough spell points. I do have the Wand of Acid. Time to heal. Ah, the Empire Archer got the Ogre Mage. Good for you, but I kind of wanted the XP. Good news? Now I have a demon to beat up on? Yeah, thanks, I hate it. And finally, I remember that Aaron does, in fact, have a crossbow equipped. And we're just going to ignore the fact that demon is vulnerable to flaming sword. Empire Archer shoots at demon. Demon takes damage, demon dies. Seriously, I might have to go into that town with the archer on patrol and do a capture soul on her, because Empire Archers are good ranged attackers. And an unidentified helmet. Okay, anything on the other end of the battlefield? Probably a few dead soldiers. Once the battle is won, the soldiers walk up to greet you. It's an awkward moment. They are unsure whether you are on their side or on the side of the rebels. Neither yet. Still, they thank you profusely for your help. Then, watching you over their shoulders, they pick up their dead and wounded and limp back to Selathni. Good job, everyone. There's another conspicuously large chunk of deep forest over here. Aha. 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 Looks like an unfortunate ogre became lost in this forest, and was eaten by mean wolves before he had a chance to find his way out. Fortunately, the wolves didn't find his big, pretty sword edible. Too heavy to carry. Aaron gets great sword. That is a big sword. Wandering spiders, and they ran from me. Okay. Sign. Beware, ogre territory. Is that another helpful Empire message? Or is that an unofficial one just put up by the island folk? So I see two entrances into this mountain. You approach this small settlement and immediately come face to face with a huge, armed ogre. You reach for your weapons and brace yourselves, getting ready for the attack. After a moment, however, you realize the ogre isn't quite all right. It seems to be in a daze, moving around and doing its work mechanically. It seldom blinks, and drool trickles out of its mouth. It almost looks drugged. You relax, thinking that you aren't going to be in a fight after all. Then suddenly the ogre catches your scent. Without thinking, it grabs its club and charges to attack. Welp. And a few of its buddies decide to join in. After all, why let my melee fighters have all the fun? Not you, Rigel. You're still too squishy. Though he is rapidly gaining levels. Oh, hi, there's someone new over there. You're not just an ogre, you are an ogre freak, using the same graphic as one or two one-off enemies in the previous scenario, I see. Immune to magic and cold and poison. Okay then. And it will poison me. Great. Have some acid. Okay, that seems to be all of the ogres in the immediate area. Except for this one. I should maybe actually cure Dargo's poison. Actually, Dargo can cure his own poison! I need to remember that Dargo has a few levels of priest spell. Or 2 levels at least, which is just enough to be useful. And yes, I saw you there, Special Dot. You've seen a lot of odd things, but you've never seen anything like this. Ogres are hunters, vicious carnivores. The last thing you'd ever expect to see them doing is raising any sort of crop. Yet here they are, in their strange, glazed days, carefully tending to long rows of bright green plants. The plants aren't food, though. They have a strong smell, which burns your nose slightly. Something odd is going on here. They've got stables with some livestock. and a cave complex built into the mountain. And a dueling platform, apparently, with big old hitting sticks. And you won't be needing these anymore. Hi. What do I have that would be useful here? And not cost super large amounts of spell points. Hee hee. Rather large barracks type place here. Javelins, right. Now I could do some True Sight. I can't do Magic Map just yet because I couldn't afford to buy that one. This room is filled with the overpowering stench of leaves being cut, boiled, and treated. The strong, bitter smell makes your eyes water. The leaves being grown outside are being processed into a thick, strong brew. Now that you've seen this, your woodsman skills tell you what the plants are. Scribane herb. When boiled and drunk, it saps the will and makes the drinker dazed and pliable. The ogres here are victims of powerful mind control. There must be different preparations that do different things with the scribane herb, because boiled and drunk like this makes creatures dazed and pliable, but whatever they were doing to it in the Valorum mainland, in Gale and Lorelei and such, made people feel really, really good and then strung out pretty bad. Yeah, I thought that might happen. No, I don't need to look. I need to cast Bless Party. Also, someone should cure Crichton pretty soon. Maybe not that soon. He'll be okay. That's one way to get more XP for Zen. I think I will not be picking up these soporific herbs right now. Okay, doing a little healing. There we go. Ugh, more of the freaks. probably not worth hasting everyone for just a couple of monsters. Yuck. Much needed level for Zan! If only I had level 6 priest spells and could cast Revive on Dargo. Stone Club and Cursed Shield, no thank you. And yes, I do have to check all of the corners for... secret passages. Okay, I keep getting mixed up between Zan and Crichton. Who's going for which stats here? Maybe I should swap them around. Okay, so Zan is running rather low on spell points. Crichton is not. Here, Dargo, you hold the tome, so I can give the medium energy potion to Zan. Could just straight up poison you. There we go. Flaming Sword coming in clutch. Reasonably well-stocked armory for these creatures. With halberds. And stone things. I don't know if any of this gear is actually any good. I might have to start investing in some item lore. Oh crap, there's a mage. That's bad news. Undamaged, come on. Aaron, we may need to level up your combat stats a little bit. And Rigel basically gets to sit here and not do a whole lot right now. Ranged attack, yo! Surprisingly good one for Dargo. What is your intelligence? 3? Okay, character level must have some impact on spell calculations, because, yowza. I mean, Sliths do get a slight bonus to intelligence on character generation, but still. Oh, come on! Finally. Okay, Dargo's full. Aaron is not. I probably want to go outside and have a rest very soon. But first, raiding the kitchen. I see a large trash pit there. Okay, that's a bunch of you. Ogres, ogre mutants, ogre chief. I really should just flee here. Or reload, rest, and come back. I still have a wand of fireballs. Not yet. Okay, Rigel, what can you do right now? I can cast Wall of Force if I don't mind Shiana getting dinged a bit. Good news, Gianna's no longer taking damage. Bad news, neither are a couple of the ogres. Ow. Okay, anyone with decent edged weapon skill and a flaming sword is really gonna kill a lot of things. Saving again. That's the armory. That looks like a place I don't want to go without being better prepared. Okay, that's still kind of lousy health for Dargo. Monsters nearby. Monsters fled. And it turns out this cave is a back entrance to the Ogre Farms. It's also their garbage pit. Hello? Oh, I could have left this place a little bit easier than I thought. In fact, why don't I just do that? Saving again. You enter this huge, fiery chamber and come face to face with a giant, scaled monstrosity straight out of your worst nightmares. It's a huge demon, sitting in its throne waiting for you. "At last," it laughs, "you've gotten through my defenses. I had long expected you humans would come here. I am not worried. My ogre slaves will soon be replaced, and my strength will continue to grow. First, though, I must kill you." It stands, flexing its claws. "No hard feelings." Yeah, we'll see about that. I've already killed one demon today. So we start with tasting and the blessing, and the Rigel not doing anything. And since you're a single target, I just slow you. Really? You try to melee me and that's it? The death blow delivered, the demon collapses. The last look on his scaly face is one of surprise. Me too, bud. That was easy. The hold over their minds loosened. You hear the ogres outside howling with relief. The ogre slaves, what few of them are left, flee the fortress, leaving their leaders alone. This operation is pretty much shut down. Skulls, delightful. Who's got room for another great helm? Of course, it's magically locked. Thank you. And it leads me to another locked door. I do not trust this place not to be trapped for a single moment. What'd I tell you? You're gonna be hearing the cough sound effect a lot. I should give Rigel the Ruby Charm for the moment, since he has by far the least health of everyone. Arrows and mysterious powder. Goodness, that is a powerful, shocking floor. A ring and a scroll. $1,000 gold. Oh, yes. Apparently, I chose the correct hallway on the first try here. I don't even want to explore this bit right now. Well, that is probably everything here. So I think time to go back to Selethny. After clearing out a bit more map. Wandering through these lush, grassy fields, you can't help but notice how rich the land on the island is. The potential wealth here, for someone determined to work it hard, is considerable. And you've only seen a small part of Morrow's Isle. You're starting to see why people are so determined to fight over this place. You stumble upon the remains of a small skirmish. The grass has been scorched by fireballs, and broken arrows and reddish-brown stains mar the ground. And that's all. Oh no, spiders! The mean kind! Oh no, giant spiders and also an Aranea. This calls for fireballs. Or maybe a firestorm, since I do have that. Fireball. Oh no, the rest of them aren't grouped very well for fireballs. Ow. Oof, that is an effective flame spell. But now you're dead. Ooh, steel studded. Since I don't have to identify that, it'll sell for a decent amount. Phew, that was close. It really wasn't. Let's see, who does identifications here? You do. Bronze Halberd, how does it compare to Iron Bardiche? 12 and 2. 18-1 is more damage than 12 and 2. Bronze Helm, not great, not bad. Cursed Greatsword, aw. Bronze Great Helm, okay. Basic Powder, very good for acid-flinging enemies. Bronze Hammer might be okay for Zan. Exploding Arrows, ooh. Iron Throwing Knives and another Bronze Great Helm. Scroll of Firestorm, okay, cool. And a Ring of Warmth, which protects from cold. Sure, why not? Okay, then. Well, let me rejigger my equips before I sell stuff. Haven't figured out who I want to give this Silver Ring of Skill to. Unfortunately, I cannot sell the Cursed Greatsword. Okay, I may do a little more inventory management off-screen. So, remember when I said in another game this person would be a Scribane addict? How about that, huh? Dargo and Aaron are at the point where they only get 4 skill points per level up. Boo, hiss. But Shiana's up to 13 now. So let's bump her thieving skills a bit. And make her a little bit more effective with all her weapons. Aaron, you should be able to be hitting things and doing more damage than you have been. What gives? More dexterity for you. Crichton's my mage, and honestly not sure what I want to do with him right now. Zan, I would very much like to have more intelligence, and also level 6 priest, for whenever that becomes relevant. Ooh, Rigel, 15 points for you. Let's make you an actually competent character. Good stuff, good stuff. And next time, I believe I shall mosey back over to the swamps. Until then, have a good one and take care, everybody.